Okay, welcome everybody to Railroads Online, live here on Twitch. Having said that, if you are watching this on YouTube, you are actually in fact watching this after the fact as a VOD, a video on demand, which can actually be found at my page, Lightwolf333 at youtube.com, which is actually found in the description here on Twitch. I hope everyone's doing great. I am doing pretty good myself, so we're getting ready to make a commodities train up to the coal mine. So we're going to take a couple of Ruby Basin locomotives. And that's going to be our first order of business. So we got a set of state cars here that we're going to take out. And we're going to load these up with beams and rails. Now, those beams, those are actually destined for somewhere else, but we got these empties here that we'll take, that I was just on, that we are going to actually take out. So we got these locomotives that are just ready to go. Got them all fired up. We're going to get going. So yeah, we're just playing some Railroads Online, getting ready to do a train. I really need to take these Mason Boogies out. They are really, really good locomotives. I've just been enjoying these Ruby Basin ones. We're gonna hit those switches back there. Break that. That switch. I think we're all set to go back. So I hope you guys are doing well. I'm doing pretty awesome so far. Just hanging out and driving trains. That's all I'm doing today. Hit the wrong switch. Sure did. Meant to hit that one directly behind me, so that was my fault. Didn't actually really do it. I want to make sure this is all readied up. All right, got that all going. Wow. we're gonna get ready to head on out. I make sure that we're all lined up for the movement here. So I think I'm going to go ahead and take up like 3 cars of rails. I'm going to slow them down a little bit because I don't know how they're going to act coming across this diamond here. Should be fine. So once again, just to reiterate, if you guys are actually watching this live here on Twitch, you are watching it live here on Twitch. A bit redundant, but I wanted to get that out. But if you're watching this after the fact on YouTube, you are watching this as a VOD, a VOD, a video on demand, which I will have uploaded sometime after this stream has concluded. I'm gonna hit that switch back there. That's a mainline speed action right there. Gotta slow this down somewhat for this curve up here. Applying some brake. Take that Johnson bar down some, about 50%. Only doing 10 miles an hour reversing speed. Haha. Putting some brake on. All right. Just putting some beams on. Then once we are done loading everything up that we have here, we'll head down to the smelter, load up 3 cars of rails, and then proceed up to the coal mine. I'm actually operating solo today. Just doing a solo session today. Yep, Railroads Online Extended makes it possible to do this, at least easily. Tantalus Wilkie's World, that's actually a cool name, by the way. An old Eve handle you've had forever, really. Long time. What's Eve? I'm pretty sure I've heard of it before. It's not ringing a bell for some reason. Space Super Sim, okay. I think I've heard of it. Honestly, I'm not so sure we actually need so many cars of beans here. Oh, I think coal mine will take everything we've got, so... Space Uber Sim. I'll have to check that out sometime. Sounds fun. Need to go up to coal mine and see what we've got to go in. Oh yeah, we're completely out of beams. I got a decent enough amount of coal in there, but you know, just might as well make this service run in 19 rails. Heck, that's enough. I could actually bring up 4 state cars up here, actually. I like the fact that they actually put in these telegraph offices so you can teleport from place to place much more easily. Yes, I will say that's one of the quality of life improvements that I do enjoy. That way I'm just not having to use Railroads Online Extended to teleport to anywhere on the map, but you know. Now if QMA would only give us dev speed back, that'd be great. So we can run super fast like this. Wow. I'm also enjoying the new coal update too that they gave us. Especially the coal-fired locomotives are great. I was gonna say, I knocked the brakes off, I know that. Oh, the last time you played this game was when they did the old spline stuff, or when you did the old spline stuff? Restarted. Oh, you restarted since you did the last map. Okay. That was the old splines. Could not be bothered to change it at all. Yeah, I understand. I was actually kind of, you know, debating if I actually wanted to, you know, restart a map entirely or just, you know, completely, you know, rework the old map with the new splines. So I made the decision to, you know, just completely restart from scratch instead of just trying to integrate, you know, the new with the old, which is not possible anyway, but I would have to still tear out the old splines and replace them with new. So that's this map you see here. And of course, that was after I walked away from this game for about 2 months. All the old splines. How I do not miss you. I think this will do it here. I got one more car to load here. I mean, I really wish that from the beginning of the game that we actually had the old splines. are the new splines to begin with, which this stuff is just way better to build with than it was with the old splines. The old splines just never made any sense. Don't be rushed to change it to an upvote. Qmate got the ridicule he deserved, especially after the two major meltdowns centered around Heist and Nyx. I mean, I have to admit, you know, the reason I even started playing this game again was because I looked at YouTube and I could see that Heist and Nyx were still playing this game for some reason. I'm like, well, honestly, you know, if they got directly burned by Qmate and his shenanigans, and some of the other people involved, you know, if they're still playing this game, it's like, no, you know, I could get back into playing this game. It wasn't all that terrible, but to the sawmill yeah, we're at the sawmill. To the smelter we go. Yeah, I remember that. There was some dumbass end user license agreement thing that Qmate decided to change last minute for no real apparent reason at all. And Clown got hit up with that, which I will say was pretty damn absurd. I do remember that. And then he made a video about it, just straight up ridiculing Qmate. And he deserved it too. I mean Qmate, that is, not Clown. I mean, I haven't seen it yet, but supposedly Clown actually went back to playing this game too. That's from what I've heard anyway. I really do love these locomotives. They have such a nice look to them. Interior cab spacing and everything. I mean, for me, while the content updates are nice, but for me, I really feel that more quality of life updates really should be much more of a thing, such as better utilization and optimization of this game specifically. You know, you can hop on to railroads, you know, where people have like hundreds of pieces of rolling stock and locomotives. I mean, hundreds of pieces of railroads equipment. And that makes the client side not able to play, you know, because of all the popcorning issues. Like my railroad, as an example, has about 300 pieces, maybe 400 pieces of rolling stock and locomotives on it. I mean, just in total. And a lot of the client side guys really can't play on it because of that. So that's the kind of optimization I'd like to see Qmate actually implement. Supposedly, I heard that that was a major issue with the old splines. The old splines, the issue with those mainly were the insane load times that you would actually have to endure on, you know, on people's railroads. Like, I had a buddy of mine who had a huge railroad. It took me like 45 minutes to load in because he had so many splines. But nowadays, you know, with the popcorning issue, that has always been an issue with the game, you know, it's just the amount of rolling stock you've got on a railroad. And I agree with that too, Tantalus. That's still a big issue to this day. The one thing I'm glad to see that they did away with is that they brought in procedural switches, right? Because it used to be that on the old switches, if you actually backed a train into a switch, it was actually thrown against you. And I can't tell you how many times I've forgotten. I would yeet like half of my train off the tracks because of that. Ooh, that was a weird lag. Yes, you know, because in the real world, you know, you'd be able to bust open those switches in some extent. They brought in the new three-way switches, which are stub switches, which is actually what I'd rather that they convert the old two-way switches to, you know, because they're not point switches like they tended to be on most narrow gauge railroads. You know, stub switches were more of a thing back in the days, but it's whatever's. But I'm glad that they did away with the whole thing of yeeting your train off the track over a switch you completely forgot to throw. Dude, I really love that look back. Like, I'll actually line this switch coming up here against me as an example of one thing I'm glad they did do. So I lined a switch up against me there. And yeah, that's a helix in the distance. You can see it lined against me right there. Now it lined itself for me. Hooray! So do you play this game much there, Tantalus, or are you just getting back into it or something, or what? I'm thinking about reworking this little section of bridge here and making that like regular road bed. At least all the way from the bottom here up till about the top right there. Is Star Citizen still actually in open testing, or not open, but early access and whatnot? I like the premise of Star Citizen, but it was just very poorly executed. They're always building new tech and adding to it, and at some point they'll have to say, let's beta it and go. Yeah, that'd be great. Personally, I really wish that developers would actually go back to the days of doing demonstration games rather than just early access crap, because I feel like that system's just getting entirely abused a little much for whatever that's worth. Because I feel like that a lot of game devs these days really don't wait until they actually have a finished product before releasing it. I mean, I really do miss those days when game devs actually would come out with a demonstration game and then wait for a little while to actually finish up the game right and proper and then release it. I'll say the same about this game. It's early access, but the guy charges you like 35 bucks for it. And I tell you what, when this game first came out, and you probably might remember, it was like a the alpha kind of game. Not, you know, game that was even in beta, let alone early access. It's a lot of rails. You know, it'd be cool is if you could actually take the rails from here and build some of your railroad with that. Yeah, I'd still very much advise that anybody aspiring to play railroads online, they got to look into it and go, maybe we should wait until the game is actually, well, this applies to any game that's in early access, in my opinion. Treat it like it's an early demo game. Like, okay, that was weird. I'm glad that the automatic cranes are a thing. I don't mind it too much on the normal stuff like this, but you get over to the toolboxes, that takes you like 9 years to fill a boxcar. $94 cordwood. Yeah, so just a piece of advice on the tools. We'll go over there right away. That's weird. I just noticed I had another player on there. Really don't know why. Did I not password protect this properly? Yeah. Evidently, I didn't password protect myself here. That's weird. I can swear that I gave myself a password. Yeah, the tools, you know, because you load up, I think, 32 tools to a boxcar. That takes forever, and you have one crane. Gotta see. I hate Railroads Online Extended sometimes. I gotta restart the game. That's the thing. I'm still here, actually, just restarting the game. Because Railroads Online Extended, if you leave a session, you go back in after restarting, it'll say initializing game memory. Anyway, I do apologize about that. I'll see if anybody's wrecked my stuff. It's weird too, I never saw the player notifications show up there in the lower corner. You're messing with corners? Haha. Yeah, I don't necessarily trust other players to not screw with my stuff. Delete like a bunch of track and rolling stocks and things like that. Yeah, I will admit that's a pain in the ass because Steam literally likes it when you play on the same server region. I actually really wish that Steam would just completely do away with that and make it just, you know, where you can join anybody's server on any region. Like, say, for example, if you're on the Denver region and you want to play with somebody from the Seattle region, it should be you just cross server, regardless of what region you're on. Oh, that was here. Okay. I don't see anybody's done anything. I do believe that client side you can't delete rolling stock. By the way, this is the new three-way switch they implemented here. It's a stub switch. It's missing some stuff, but it's still pretty cool representation for what a stub switch is. I'm looking forward to the proper implementation with these cattle cars. That's what we call them here. And these tank cars supposedly have like less capacity than the other ones, the old ones. These spine cars do have less capacity than the old flat cars, so I don't know. I wouldn't particularly use these except for this. You know, because that's your cattle car. Hopefully they'll implement a cattle industry in this game. Go to oil field. Oh wait, ironworks. So I know what I wanted to show you. So yeah, you come over here to the boxes. You can only load one at a time. And you load 32 boxes into a box car, and it takes forever. In one sense, that's the reason why I'm glad that they actually introduced the automatic cranes feature. Because you were standing here for like 9 years while your one crane loaded one box at a time. Now you put a box car there, it just keeps going, but you still have to wait like 9 years for it to load. So it still kind of sucks. Doesn't really save you a lot of time, other than it does allow you to actually go and multitask, which is kind of cool. Huh, really? Yeah, it's weird that the new tank car seemingly has like less carrying capacity. Supposedly that's that way with the East Broad Top when it comes to moving iron. I probably should actually take one of those East Broad Tops actually up to the iron mine and actually confirm that it only can carry 8 units of iron versus 10 for the other ones. the other coal cars. Like, you know, it doesn't make too much sense with the ratio. Like the new coal cars, you know, they can carry full 10 units of coal, but then carry only 8. So that's a weird thing. So I should actually take one of the new coal cars up there and actually confirm that. Yeah, I looked at my map and I'm like seeing players on my map. It's like, there shouldn't be anybody on here. Just a random thought. Oh, of course. Fucking game's gonna do that. Can't really do much damage to yours yet. You have are you just restarting your railroad or something? Or rebuilding? Probably should have stopped that a little sooner. Full redo, yeah. Makes sense. I mean, I understand, you know, your hesitation for wanting to actually have to do it from scratch with the new splines. Trust me, I've been there. I think I actually need to do a service on this wood station. Somehow this song is not sitting right with me. Yeah, let's listen to something different. Are you doing yours on a custom map or the original layout? So just as a reminder to those of you watching here on Twitch, you are watching this live during the fact, but if you are watching this on YouTube, you are watching this as a VOD, a video on demand, after the fact. A little PSA I thought I would get out there. So I do tend to load up my full Twitch highlight stream, or my full Railroads Online Twitch streams on my YouTube channel as well. Yeah, there are custom maps out there. I don't know how you do them exactly. But someone like Nuclea would know. Let's get out of here. I have these cars set up like this because then that way I can come in on the main line, just offload them directly on the main line and into the platform. Probably should save, in fact. Because this game has a horrible tendency to misbehave and crash. I don't know if you still have that that problem there, Tantalus, but the game still likes to crash on me. Even though they say that they actually fixed it, but you know. The best part was the track laying. Slight sarcasm, of course. Oh yeah. Is heading down to the smelter thinking of zigzag bridging this time instead of following the hillsides. I also have the Railroads Online extended autosave for me as well. That does come in quite useful a lot. I remember my original route, I actually built on the east side of the valley. You know, I did like a massive wood bridge from where you come out before you drop down in the smelter. You go to the, you take a right. I actually went up that way along the east side of the valley, and it was like a, you know, massive bridge that was like 4 or 5% in some places. It was crazy. Wood bridge too. Better make sure that line is actually lined for me to the smelter. Not smelter. Coal mine. This time when I actually built this route, I did build up on the west side where they have that kind of like dev cut on the west side of the valley. Versus the east side, which, you know, that's hard mode of doing it, and I did that with the original splines. Oh, so you went down around, you know, you split off, you went one way up to Iron Mine, then you split off and, you know, you go the other way, you went down around the south side of the valley behind Smelter. I thought about doing it similar. Might as well just full rag it. My original went through the valley from Sawmill, and I had a three-way triangle switch set up, so the iron train never had to turn around if it didn't want to. A circuit around the iron mine to smelter and back up the hill, the waterfall way. Yeah, so you kind of built it up over this way, over by the waterfall. I don't know what it is with this curve, but it seems like I like stupidly build up speed through here. Oh boy, that car's rocking off pretty hard. Like, look at that. You can see that car just leaning. I actually have to stop and fix that. Nope, fixed itself. I do realistic physics because I play other train games that have such physics in it, so I kind of got used to it. So I know when and what to do when it comes to controlling trains and stuff. I just, you know, it's just something I got used to. Each to their own. Although the arcade physics does make it fun, then you can actually go full yeet speed, not a problem. Better check my switches up here too. Yeah, I'm all clear. You know, the stupid thing is that QMA has added these faster locomotives, you know, like these that could go 27 miles an hour. And for some reason, he still hasn't updated the speed of all the cars to actually match. Like, supposedly in the game files, you know, like your speed can be like 50 miles an hour, but he still has it, but QMA still has it capped at 22. So when I'm using these units, or the Tweetsy, or the Glenbrook, I have to watch it. I have to be mindful of my speed, how fast I'm going. This is my interchange track for the helper station, coal tower stuff. So I've got this layout that is very much, you know, quite capable of actually having a decent multiplayer session and stuff. I just wish that they would do away with the popcorning BS and work on the optimization. See, we're doing 18 miles an hour here. Like 50% reverser, 100% regulator. So like reverser, if you have it not at full reverser, you'll be fine because you're limiting the amount of steam actually going into the pistons, the cylinders. Gonna do a little bit of rail fanning here. Dude, that's like warp speed as far as this game's concerned. 20 miles an hour. Yeah, they absolutely are. You know, I'm really thinking about just doing like a straight recording session where I'm getting shots like this. Hold on, I'm quickly losing speed up this grade. Like, here's another really good shot right here. Actually, right here. I don't know why that lead car's wanting so hard to yeet itself. The other fun thing about this game is that sometimes your train will just literally explode off a track because of reasons. Occasionally, like at least once a week, I play a multiplayer session with a good buddy of mine where we've been doing a streaming series where I go over on his railroad and do some really cool stuff. This is about 2.5% up through here. From Center Siding, which is that Center Valley Siding, which is that last siding we passed through here, all the way up to this bridge here. Then past that big wooden bridge, we go up the main 3.5% all the way, the rest of the way up to the coal mine. I'd wager to guess this train is about 400,000 pounds. I'm just actually guessing here. I didn't do proper calculations this time when it comes to knowing the weight of the train. Okay. Should actually change the stream title here, because yeah. There we go. I changed the stream information. I forgot to do that when I started. I was technically streaming the wrong game. Oh. Down to 9 miles an hour. World of Tank Engines. Yes. The legitimate title for such a shitty game. You know, this game, I will admit, for what it's worth, it's actually better than World of Tanks. A lot less stressful. A little bit more fun, should I say? Such a nice shot there. Dude, just look at how high off the ground I am. I can pull back the Johnson bar a bit. Sometimes those are the best accidents that that happen there, Tantalus. What the heck was that? Dude, my locomotive almost just like rando derailed on that switch right there. What is up with that car wanting to derail itself right there? Thinking that there's a janky thing going on with the hitbox of the locomotive. Like, wow. I'll have to back up. All right, we're just unloading the beams here. Then next we will just unload rails. Alright, we're pretty much full up on beams here. I mean, they're still going down because we're still filling coal. You've got a reasonable connection of lumber and of the lumber mill and sawmill now to connect the freight depot up to the line to get monies made for more rolling stock. Indeed. Like, honestly, when you're doing lumber runs, that's actually like some of the most lucrative stuff when you're starting out. We're almost full up on coal, actually. Yeah, just like 4 short of full coal tower. We're gonna go ahead and save it here. So I do have 2 autosave files and I do have 1 manual save, which is my main save. I'm gonna head back down to the yard with this train. Why did that happen, Kume? That's fucking stupid. Literally stupid. Yeah, the re-railing thing is kind of dumb in this game. And right here at the drop of the hill too, which is absolutely mind-blowing.
Times may be tough and it's hard to get by, but I'll stand strong with your
I don't like the fact that your locomotives just straight up drop onto the track. Yeah, it finally just walked out. It's like, really? Like, some of the actual hitbox interactions in this game are really weird. I think I need to refire these units actually, because they're kind of a little empty. I mean, it's not Railroads Online unless you derail at least once, you know, Bennett. In some way. But hey, at least it wasn't like what I did on my friend's layout the other night, where I decided to put the train into motion, and then for whatever reason, instead of stopping, you know, I just wanted to actually hop ahead and go check a switch that was going through a Y with the train in motion. So I got ahead of the train, and the switch was thrown against me, not going towards the freight depot, but towards Smelter. And so with the client rendered distance limitations in this game, it was hard to see where your train was exactly. So with it in motion and with the throttle all the way up to 100%, and like, I think the Johnson bar is like maybe 35 or something. So anyway, the stupid thing was I just left it in motion, went through the switch, and then excuse me, we had to chase it all the way down to the Smelter. That was awesome. Magical couplers in this game. So yeah, you know, that was a lesson learned. Do not just put your train in full stop. Don't go checking switches with it in motion, especially if you don't have access to Railroads Online Extended. Then it's fine. Then you can remotely control your train anywhere. All right. So yeah, it was fun. Second derailment that happened that same night, a couple nights ago, was not exactly my fault. Actually, because the lead car behind the lead locomotive, the only locomotive, actually exploded off the track, and that was due to a weird game thing. Stupid enough to save it on a bridge, but it is what it is. Anyway. I don't have to worry about running back there to tie a car brake. So the thing I actually learned with the new coal-fired locomotives. Well, especially in that particular instance, because I was driving his my friend's Tweetsy, and on both attempts where I successfully managed to get back on the train, I jumped from the coal pile into the cab only to miss the cab. And go right through the collision model. Because you can't go through the coal like you can through going through wood. So there is that. Moral of that story, stop your train. Probably should actually have one brake applied on the car back there. Lead car. Yeah, like, you know, when you're going through the coal, well, you can't walk through it. It actually has a collision hitbox there. Yeah, you know, and the way his sawmill is set up, he has a Y junction there, you know, which is a three-way track thing, you know, Y. Anyway, so the switch is thrown wrong against me, so it was actually lined for the line that goes to the smelter and not to the freight depot. And I recognized that all too late. Left the train with it in motion and decided to teleport to the office that he has there, only to miss it by just that much because, you know, the train had already started going through it. You know, and that's what the client render distance problems. I'm going to take that car brake off. I'm gonna check my junctions ahead, making sure that I'm lined up. I'm just lining myself into the yards here. Yeah, that is absolutely a pain. That was not fun. I like the fact that these locomotives are actually outside frame locomotives. Really cool. Doing about 19, almost 20 miles an hour now. Right. Man, these things really do pick up speed when they're still going uphill. That's crazy. Fair enough that these are on light loads. It depends on what you want the climax for. Like, if you want to work on an independent line, it's good for that. But for me personally, I just prefer stuff that actually has a little bit more speed to it than the climax. Climax is really, really powerful as far as the tractive effort goes. I mean, it's still technically the most powerful locomotive as far as tractive effort goes. I think I better cross over. But these things outdo it otherwise in every other regard. Like the tractive effort on these is about 13,500 and change. But the speed on these is 27 miles an hour max, but the climax's speed is like what? 11, I would like to say. I mainly don't like the climaxes because one, they're pretty slow, and secondly, like if you apply too much power to them moving a load uphill, they tend to slip really badly. Where like something like the Heisler and most of these side rotted units just do not do that. I think this track should be big enough to accommodate my chain. Yeah, the shay's not much better on it. I mean, the shay's not much better. Well, at least the model they have in the game right now. It's like watching paint dry. Shays are really good for like if you're doing local yard switching and stuff, but as far as like doing you know, mainline runs, you know, you're just better off with something that can go substantially faster. My caboose not attached back there? Or did it get yeeted? I don't see it back there. Huh, I'll be danged, it is not on. Oh. That's interesting. But before I save, let's go find my caboose. I literally don't know what happened to it. That's interesting. It decoupled on the bridge back there and is still on the bridge. That's a thing. It's a stupid thing, but it's a thing. I'm gonna put it in this yard here. Dude, that is weird. Like the Shay, it's fun. I just prefer not to use it for any mainline operations because the thing only goes like 6 miles an hour. But it is good if you're wanting to do like localized yard switching and stuff. Like this is only a 2-cylinder Shay. It'd be awesome if they had like a 4-cylinder 3-truck Shay, then we'd be talking some business here. So hopefully they will expand on the Shay line in the near future. It's only a 5,896 pounds of tractive effort force, which isn't bad otherwise for a tier 1 Shay. But for that, you know, might as well just get Eureka or something that is actually a bit faster and has similar tractive effort, 5,620. I mean, only maybe 200 pounds less. Yeah, roughly 200 pounds less. So I think the Eureka is just the better bet. Glenbrook's even better than that. 7,663 pounds of tractive effort force. I do have a couple of Shays on this railroad. but that are just stationed up at log camp permanently. Then alternatively, you know, I've also found a good use for porters, where they're literally just roof ornaments. Yeah, I'll be here for a bit more. Really, really awesome roof ornaments. Anyway, I should actually like save this. So we are actually indeed approaching 2 hours, so I'm actually going to kill the stream there. So I do thank you all for watching. See the Mr. T-Rex actually followed me. Dude, that's weird. I didn't actually get a sound notification at all. Wonder why that is. Really, the follower thing was not active? Oh, that's my bad. So anyway, T-Rex, I think that's you. I recognize you from YouTube, dude. You might be the guy that actually did those track tutorial things way back in the day on the original Spines. But anyway, if you are him, I appreciate you following. And if you're not him, I still appreciate you following. Always a great thing. And find out why the notification thing didn't go off. Yeah, see, that's you, dude. Yeah, your track tutorials, dude, way back in the day helped me out a lot with the old splines. So I do apologize for not seeing that follow there, because notification didn't go off for me. I must be still needing to work out something with OBS. So yeah, how are you doing? Are you still making content? Just released a roundhouse tutorial. Sweet. I've been having people asking me to help them, you know, with building track and stuff on the new splines. I think I might do some track building tutorial. Of course, it'd be a generalized thing. Look at my roundhouse, dude. It's just overgrown grass and no huts or anything, just a thing. But yeah, glad you dropped by my stream, dude. So it's just about to log off, and then I saw you had followed, and I thought, well, you know, it's sounds like a T-Rex from back in the day. So yeah, thank you for following, dude. This being my little yard over here. This is actually the smaller east yard. Over here, over by the freight depot building and stuff. This over here, and this over here is no that. Okay, so that's the west yard over there. This is the east yard, the much bigger east yard. Yeah, what I was looking for, you know, with the old splines, you know, when I was looking for tips on how to actually build track and how to build, you know, turnouts and yards and stuff, I came across your content and stuff, so that helped me out a lot. Especially with the janky ass old splines. And I remember building my old yard with the old splines on my old layout. It took me like several hours to do that. But then when QMA finally came out with these new splines, you know, when you look at this big yard here, that took me about 6 hours. This whole thing took me 6 hours to build. If I built this stupid thing under the old splines, it would have taken me at least double that. Because, you know, back then you had to lay the old road bed, and then you had to lay the track on top of that. And then lay out all the stupid switches, you know, so, yeah. They absolutely were a nightmare. They sucked, you know. And it still doesn't help that your, you know, your switches are like mainline speed switches, so. But it's good to see that progress was made and we actually have the new splines, and that got rid of that helps streamline a lot of things very, very, very quickly. So while I'm at it, I'm going to publish this stream over on my YouTube channel. So I'm going to do a shameless plug here and actually plug my YouTube channel. Because I do actually Sunday streams over there. Live streams. Plus I also publish my Twitch Railroads Online video stuffs on that channel as well. So. And this is for everybody in the chat here, so if you feel compelled, I hope I earn your subscription, so. But yeah, I do believe I have you followed there, T-Rex. I gotta ask you, what do you think of the new coal-fired stuff there? This is a locomotive that a friend of mine bought. It's his locomotive, so. Ben's #1 train. I love these tweetsies. You know, everybody was actually hoping that they would convert, that they'll eventually convert the Class 70s over to coal-fired. The real ones were coal-fired. Now, the thing I'm going to confirm tomorrow is these East Broadtop coal hoppers here. I've heard that supposedly these actually carry only 8 iron. Versus like 10 coal. Versus like 10 iron, 10 units of iron for the other cars. The other coal cars, which would be weird. I wouldn't see what the limitation would be there. I mean, if these can carry 10 coal versus like 8 iron. That's weird. I got soft lock in there? Huh. You know, I'm still waiting on a new video from Kerbo to actually come out with him talking about this new coal-fired stuff too. I'm very interested to see what he has to say about it. So far, I am liking the new coal update, though. It's got a lot of really good stuff. I'm just hoping that QMA will actually optimize the game for people with a lot of rolling stock on their railroads. That way, popcorning won't be as severe, hopefully. I really love these Ruby Basin units. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I just checked out your profile there, T-Rex. I'm gonna give you a follow too. That way I know when you go live. All right. Favorite local along with the C48. Yeah, I really do love these Ruby Basins. I like them more than the Tweetsie. Tweetsie's not a bad locomotive at all. The ET and WNC 280. Class 48s are also really solid. They're just extremely dependable, reliable. So I'm thinking tomorrow when I stream again, I will be working down on this end, the oil field side of things. Oil field side of life. So anyway, yeah, not too much else to do right now, so I gotta actually head to bed here pretty shortly. But I should be gone later again today sometime. See, it's about what, 5:09 a.m. Pacific time. So I'm hoping to be back on at about 9 o'clock Pacific time for another Railroads Online stream. So I won't be playing any World of Tanks because that game's burning me out pretty hard right now. So Railroads Online it will be. So I think that is going to do it for me tonight, everyone. I greatly appreciate everybody who has followed, watched, viewed, and chatted, and all that stuff. Greatly appreciated. So I hope everybody has a great rest of your morning, day, afternoon, whatever it is, time for you in the world. And I do greatly appreciate all the follows. So I hope to see you all later on. Be safe out there, everybody. Okay. And I'll make sure to get the alerts hammered out too. Catch everybody later. Thank you. Bye-bye. Enjoy the music.